Hello everyone, this is Ronnie. I thought I'd make a quick video to let you know a little bit about the Fruit Festival this year. So the UK Fruit Fest is happening this year and it is open and available for registration, and you can find all the information at fruitfest.co.uk/registration. We've only been open since really yesterday and today, and we've already had 17 people register to come, so we're really pleased. I'm really pleased that we've got a lot of interest already, and our number in terms of how many people we can have is probably going to be. It depends on a few things. It's probably going to be between maybe 70 and 90 in terms of, and maybe up to 100 in terms of total. So it's a smaller size than we've had sometimes in the past, and but that's a little bit kind of better for where we're at the moment, and with what's maybe happened in the last few years and everything, and uh, with the time we've got left to try and get the message out to people as well, so it kind of makes sense. We've changed a few things this year, but the main thing is the venue. The last 5 years we've been using a place called Croft Farm Water Park, and I found Croft Farm probably 5 6 years ago, and it's been a really nice place. Great location, easy to get to for many people. Beside a lake, nice facilities. They had a gym that people could use. Um, there was obviously all the lake equipment. People could go out in boats if they wanted, in windsurf. So there was a lot of great things that people could do at Croft Farm. There were a few negatives. They didn't have a lot of facilities for us to personally use, which was okay. But which is okay, but you have to then hire things, like you have to hire all the tables, all the chairs, all the cutlery, the kitchen equipment, the um, a marquee, extra marquee and stage and sound equipment, and on and on and on. You're hiring all this stuff, and then they also wanted us to do the pay for like another company to come in and do the waste disposal, which wasn't expensive, but was just a kind of strange extra thing for them to add on for us to do. Um, and the accommodation was okay, but it felt like it was never. I don't know, like it was good. It was a little bit cramped. Some of the rooms, it was more designed for children, I suppose, and that's the case with a lot of places. They don't have as much space. But that was all okay, and we had a great time every year, and people liked the place. Not really a big problem with the place. Um, but one thing I was always aware of was privacy, and we never had real the place to ourselves, and we never could, because it's got like a lot of people there. It's got people living on the other side of the lake and different things, because they have cabins and stuff that people buy and own and all that. So, and caravans and things like that. So there's always people coming in and out. There's always going to be this restaurant and bar there, which is okay. We still had a great time. We still had a great time. But they started to put people on the field that we were actually staying on, and they seemed to want to use that field more, and that was then becoming a little bit of a problem. Once again, it was fine, but there was just becoming like it was becoming a bit crowded, I suppose, and then we were having to queue up to use the showers and stuff, because there was a lot of, they just put all these extra people on the field, which I wasn't happy with, because I don't think they were fully upfront about why they were doing that and how many people it was going to be. So, but regardless of all that, I started to think it might be time to look for somewhere that can give us a bit more and provide us with the stuff, instead of us having to rent rent these other things out. Particularly the marquee, having to rent an entire other, basically erect another hall, is quite expensive. and adds on quite a lot to the price of hiring the place as it is. So it got to that point where it seemed right to kind of look around, and I've been looking around, and it's difficult to find a good place. It really is difficult, and it's difficult to go and visit them all because they're so far apart. And you try and find these great places, but some of them are way out on the coast and way over the other side, and they're 4 and 5 hours apart, and it's hard to visit all these places. So I've been doing my best to try and check as many places out. And I went to visit this place, Dunfield House, and the time I called them, I felt really good from the first call. I felt really good the next time I called them. I actually left the phone call feeling really positive. And I thought, yeah, it's probably not big enough, it's probably not whatever. But I went down to visit it anyway, and it was an incredible place. The location was fantastic. It's private, it's sole use, so we can use it to ourselves. The rooms are fine. I mean, it's not incredible. It's not uh, luxury accommodation, but it's solid accommodation, and it's indoor rather than like the kind of cabins and chalets we had. There is a bit more space in the accommodation, so it is a little bit bigger for everything. And they had the hall that we need. They had kitchen. They had dining room spaces, um, different rooms for socialising, and they've got a swimming pool. And I just thought that was fantastic. Like it's very rare you find a place that has a swimming pool to use. So that was great. They have great nature. They have fantastic land and woods and hills and all sorts of great stuff. And I just thought we could make it work for us, probably a smaller number of people. But last year was smaller as well, and people still loved it. And some people, they felt it was the best year. So there was about 70 people there last year, and this year, if we had 70, that would be great. If we have 80, 90, maybe a little bit more, that should be fine as well. And we'll fit everyone in. And the aim is obviously to just make sure this is a fantastic time for the people that show up. And that's what I'm always thinking about with this event. It's not about what I want. There's a part of that, we offer a certain thing. It's based on certain principles and ideas and the raw vegan diet and lifestyle and health and veganism and all that. But within that kind of thing, I'm trying to work out what the people that come want to experience. I like the idea of offering educational classes and lectures as part of it. But if people didn't like that, we wouldn't do it. But people do like that part of it. And people do like the activities. And they like the food, and they like the way the food's presented and things like that. But it's not my festival as in what everything I say goes. My decisions on this are more based on feedback that I get from people that I speak to. And the people that actually come and have come multiple times and have paid their money and taken the time to come, I've spoken to these people. I get to know them. I know a lot of them very well because I see them every year, and I'm very close with a lot of them. So I have a good sense of what's important to them and what they want to get out of it. And really, what people want out of it, of course, the education, the food is a great part, but they really want the togetherness, the community, the feeling of camaraderie, the energy, the support that they get, and the people that they meet, and the good times they have together, and the memories that they create, and the relationships and friendships that come out of it. So it's really important for me that we create a place and we create an attitude and a situation in which people are able to meet comfortably, without fear, without shame or embarrassment, and people can be comfortable and meet each other and talk to each other and get to know each other. That's very important to me. And we try and foster an environment where people feel, not to use a overused phrase, but feel at home, feel comfortable, feel like this is even better than home, maybe. Like it's a real community, like it's a real feeling of um, a place you really are happy to be. And we want people to leave and not want to leave at the end of it. You know, we want people to feel like they don't want to go. So, and my idea with the whole thing is creating almost like an ideal, optimal human experience. What do human beings need? We need good food, fresh air, sunshine, nature. You know, we need to learn and grow and develop and express ourselves and be active. And we also need other people, community, connection. And that sense of connection, of being able to let down the walls, let down the guard safely of your own personality and your own, whatever you want to call it, you know. And through that experience, transforming yourself and becoming maybe a different person, but starting to develop these good practices and good habits of healthy living and taking care of yourself, and maybe changing your diet if that's your intention. And it's a total holistic process, I suppose. We have a packed schedule, and we the great thing about the event is essentially we attract a wonderful audience of people. That's the number one benefit of the whole thing. And I think you'll completely enjoy it if you show up. If you're doing sort of raw vegan style diet, it's a no-brainer. It's going to be really, you're going to love it. And if you're looking just for experiment with something healthier and try something out for a week, it's a great place to come for that too. So I recommend it, of course. And if you want to go to the link in my description, you can find out in more detail what's happening. fruitfest.co.uk/registration. And I look forward to seeing you there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.